Ladies and gentlemen, oops, that's loud. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to One Broadway Collaborative. We are here with two fantastic singer-songwriters. On the left, we have Doug Kolmar. Everybody, let's hear it for Doug.
Thank you.
And on the right, we have Jake McKelvie. Let's hear it for Jake as well. We are a nonprofit arts organization. If you want to find out more about what we do, go to our website, which is at onebroadway.org. That's onebroadway.org. And take it away, Doug and Jake.
Do you care about the order?
What's that?
Do you care which order we start in?
I don't care. How about you, Doug?
Okay. Thought you liked to start on the left, so. Well, greetings, everybody. Thanks for coming out. Fall starts tomorrow, so I thought I'd do a fall song. It's called The Farmer. Frost last night fades in the sun. Still a couple weeks until we turn the heat on. One day cold, and the next you recover. True of the weather and love and lovers. Feeling the fall, late summer's gone. Colder is harder than when you were young. You don't bounce back fast, and days bleed out slow. You linger a little longer here by the stove. And the farmer's life is not like the birds, has no wings on which to fly. The seasons bind him to this earth, the fields define what he is worth. Fire is a wonder, destroyer and friend. We burn our fields to make them come back again. The touch of a woman is like a flame, kindled in desire and charged with blame. And the farmer's life is not like the birds, can't move on to warmer climes. The seasons bind him to this earth, the fields define what he is worth. Year on year, he works the land. Love and life slip through his hand. Seasons pass, both good and bad, and all that he grew was all he had. And in the end, he chose a flame, unbound at last by his old friend. And as the ash fell from the clay, you know that farmer flew away. Thank you. Thanks much. By the time that I'd concluded, I had nothing left to lose. My heart had sunk so low I felt it squishing in my shoes. And I didn't have the guts to say I didn't want to choose. So I chose to sit there silently and wonder, when do I get out of here and get a chance to roam? Then when will that be over so that I can be at home? And when do you stop thinking every move you make is wrong? When do you finally find a final answer? How does one commemorate all the things they didn't earn? And when will you quit wondering when I'm finally gonna learn? And how long must I wait in this long line with my returns, if there's clearly no refunds for all this spending? But I wouldn't want to find a better option, and I sure don't want your name up top in bold. And I couldn't have been bothered to get up and get the door, so I just left you sitting out there in the cold. But no one's getting better here, least likely me or you. And no one is in charge of making all our dreams come true. It's like I'm always saying, if you do, you do, you do. And if you don't, then what's the use in even trying? But which way could I put this that won't make you wanna scoff? I put my nose up to the grindstone and that shaved the thing clean off. And I said nothing, really nothing's gonna make me wanna stop. And when you get a chance, could you pass me the clicker? But I wouldn't wanna go into the details, and I sure don't wanna read another letter. And every time I look at you, it's not that I go blind. In fact, it seems I tend to see a little better. And I sure don't want you sifting through my garbage. And is there such thing as a perfect moment? And is it true that I could come and see you anytime I'd like? Or would that require some sort of appointment? Thanks. This is a still baseball season. It's a song about baseball and about my dad. Wrote it shortly after he passed, and it's all about the weekends that we'd spend together, because he was always busy during the week. So. I guess you had to go. You felt the weight of all those years pressing down until you could not keep your head up. I wanted you to know it's not those big times, those nights on the town. Late night summer drives with a rag top down and baseball on the radio. Baseball on the radio and a sip of beer. I know the history. I'm sure the way here was hard, but you never let me see the struggle. It was up to me. I wish you laid out your cards a little sooner. We might have been closer for the trouble. You showed me on Saturday afternoons at the car wash and late night summer drives with a rag top down and baseball on the radio. Baseball on the radio and a sip of maybe you could have done better. And maybe I could have done too. Just a couple of fathers and sons trying to be fathers and sons and muddling through. We had the Saturday afternoons at the car wash and late night summer drives with a rag top down and baseball on the radio. Baseball on the radio. Always baseball on the radio and a sip of beer. Thanks. This is a country song. This is like the only sort of proper country song I think of written. And I don't think proper is the right word. This is a semblance of a country song. We went through this years ago, once you had it figured out. Things used to be just like I like, but they sure aren't like that now. And now you're an old black guitar smeared with shiny finger marks. But don't you dare delay it. Rewind and then replay it. 'Cause everybody feels the same, but no one wants to say it. So there's one small hoop for flying through, one lone tooth for lying through. No real sense of pining where the time does or does not go. But if you have to break my heart, then just do it nice and slow. What did you have to say to get the laundry to unfold?
The ice cream is all melted. The warm TV glow's gone cold. What if we filled our bowls back up for one more episode? Well, don't you even tempt me. My bowl is barely empty, and I'm so used to doing exactly what I'm told. So now look, here comes the sunrise. Let's undo the twist ties. Sure, there are tears in my eyes, because where else would they be? And if you have to break my heart, then just do it piece by piece, by piece by piece, by piece by piece, by piece by piece. Thanks.
I love the tears are in my eyes. Where else would they be lines? Sticking with sort of the late summer, fall transition songs here. This one's also one for entomologists. You know, if there are any entomologists out there, this might make you blush. Dragonfly, dragonfly, whirring by my wonder eye, darting back and forth for all your worth. 2 weeks, maybe 4, it's such a short span of life. Try to make your mark upon the earth. You ride the wheel, you ride the wheel, you ride that spinning wheel. Shiny bright blue dancers and wilting damselflies filled our summer nights with humming song. Another winter's coming on, the pond is quiet, they are gone. Days are getting short but feel so long. We ride the wheel, we ride the wheel, ride that spinning wheel. We live our love in dragonfly days, knowing that east might be the last. Skimmers cross a pond of time, dancing tandem pantomime, not caring about a moment once it's past. We ride the wheel, we ride the wheel, ride that spin.
This is a new song of mine. It's about how recently I've been seeing bumper stickers that seem to be referring to me as an individual. Like, I've been seeing these stickers on the backs of people's car that they say things about me, Jake McKelvie, which I find unusual, and I've been trying to determine who is sourcing these bumper stickers that are just personal attacks on my character. And thus far, fruitless. So I'm curious. I'm curious what's to gain from manufacturing bumper stickers disparaging me. In any case, it's a new song. What you could not accomplish, sitting at home on your own, humming home on the range. My objectives have shifted, my perspective's been lifted, but I'm still overall pretty strange. How much for the big one? And what if I told you there's not much more really else I could do? What if they make fun of you? You know you could always make fun of them too. You thought I was a real one, the whole time riding shotguns, one of those lawn ornament things. And that reminds you of someone, but I wouldn't say who, 'cause you know how things travel these days. Move in or move over, a 400-leaf clover. I can't believe my luck as of late. I can't believe my luck as of late. I can't believe my luck as of late. And oh my God, is this what I think it is? I wish I was sitting down. What should I tell the kids? It's hard to tell from the glare in your sunglasses, but I'm a rattlesnake with a bellyache, and I've got nowhere else to go. It's not as if there's a mandate. Let's admit we don't look great. Let's do something else for a while. Behind a truck on the highway, nowhere near home, on the back it says money for nothing. Says it's a Jeep thing. Says I wouldn't understand. And it says you'd be having a great time if you had a better 5-year plan. It says my other car's a machine gun. It says coexist. It says the logo of my least favorite sports team. Meet my young friend Calvin's piss. Says UN, what army? It says no thanks, I just ate. It says why don't you get into the left lane? It looks like you are running late. It looks like you are running late. It looks like you are running late. And don't look now, but I know that guy over there. He doesn't remember me, or he does, but he doesn't care. Okay, now you can look now, but just don't stare. He's a lava lamp at a summer camp, just waiting to be turned on. Thanks.
Is that on the new record, or is that newer?
No, that's newer. Yeah, it's newer than the new record, for better or worse.
When I was less than 25, I thought I knew the truth. Armed with a college education and the arrogance of youth. It's a great big world, got a lot to show. The more I see, the less I know. When I was less than 25, it all seemed in my grasp. Now that I am older, I've fallen on my ass a few times. Got a lot to learn. The further I move down the road, the more it turns. It's a great big world, got a lot to show. The more I see, the less I know. When I was less than 25, thought I knew it all. Leaves drop in October, that's why we call it fall. I never thought about Adam, never thought about Eve, about the garden, why they had to leave. I never felt naked or full of sin. Now I do, so let the party begin. We figure it out, it's all too late. And St. Peter meets you laughing at the gate. Says this is heaven, you're welcome anytime. No, that's just stuff some folks made up to keep you all in line. That stuff's a joke, I thought you knew. Well, now you know. Well, certainty is a comforting perspective when the world is just your high school or your village or your job. But life was more complex than I expected. I found that certainty can be a quality that turns a crowd into a mob. So now I'm long past 25. I've learned and I've forgot all I needed to survive, but answers I have not. And we figure it out, it's all too late. And St. Peter meets you laughing at the gate. Says this is heaven, everybody's here. Everybody's straight and everybody queer. Everybody rich, everybody poor. We just float around, so there's no ground for folks to to be fighting for, that stuff's a joke. I thought you knew, well now you know. Much. You.
That's a nice song.
Thanks.
I've never done one of these swapping songs type of shows, and I keep thinking of there's this recording of a version of this they did between Chris Christopherson and Lou Reed, maybe, I don't know, 20 years ago or something, and famously grumpy Lou Reed just like chastises Chris Christopherson for trying to accompany him with his harmonica. Lou Reed's playing like Sweet Jane or something, and Chris Christopherson's trying to accompany him, and Lou tells him to stop.
He's like, yeah, this is not Nashville, this is New York.
Anyway, I won't exhibit that sort of behavior here tonight, but
even though he's thinking it. I will try to accompany you.
how dare I imagine such beauty on anything other than you? Had I wanted to vanish, I'm sure I'd have managed, but I didn't, 'cause I didn't want to. I'm guessing you're one of a couple, whereas I'm one of a bunch, and I'm pretty sure I'm in trouble. I think that I'm losing my lunch. Still I can't tell you concretely just how it is that I feel, 'cause it's a lie to imply you complete me, but you're still a big part of the meal. Would you be upset if I suggested you shade me in most of the way? But I can't fill the 1% sliver. What more could I possibly say? Let's assume you're like someone I once knew, though we both know I dare not compare ya. Seems I'm getting better, but there's likely no cure, so I'm doing my best to prepare ya. And sometimes it's hard to entice us, though I'm sure even you might agree. Nothing quite haunts you like life does, and no one quite wants you like me. So if this is a dance we've been doing, then for now I'm refusing to sway. I tried to recite in an incisive Leonard Cohen sort of way, but I stuttered and stammered, and then soon, enough much to my dismay, you shot back, who do you think you're kidding? You look like a fool with a hat and a cane. So I'm either a dog on a tile floor, or else I'm a cat on a couch. And I'm staring you down at the sliding door, hoping you'll notice and then come let me out. But then once you do, I'll just stand there a minute or two, then retreat. 'Cause I remember the outside'll kill you, and I oughta stay off of my feet. But there's nothing that fits like the feeling that I get when you call me a liar, which I tried on, brought home, ripped the tags off, and then never wore, 'cause it shrank in the dryer. But if I do still end up in the running, but I take one or two breaks to breathe, I suppose I'll have had it all coming if you do opt to get up and leave.
This next song is about language. It's actually on a prompt. I was doing a song workshop with Peter Mulvey online, and so he had a prompt which was notice something about language. So I noticed there are things called heteronyms that are both nouns and verbs. And so turns out there are like 468 of them. I didn't try to fit them all in this song, but it's called Love is a Word. Wait, how if I put my guitar on? There we go. Love is a noun, love is a verb. It's something we can say without any words. Something you can make and wake the neighbors. Shakespeare paired it with lost and lamers. Love is a verb, love is a noun. We love love 'cause we can't pin it down. Touch is also heteronymic. Hand me your hand now, let's begin it. Face the face, smile the smile, kiss the kiss, make it last for a while. Promise the promise, plan the plan, do and be love wherever you can. Feeling that feeling can't put into words, but love is a word as we've already heard. Noun and a verb, a dinosaur bird. Love is a word, love is a word. Dance the dance, laugh the laugh, dream the dream. It's still the first half, lie the lie, fight the fight, do and be love to make it right. Love is a word.
Once unseated, I retreated back to the north, mere miles away from the sun and its patented warmth. You know, I bet you the crew could break through if they used enough force, just to eke out another couple everyday pars for the course. Well, it's not so much the getting over as the getting through. I used to want you so bad I just checked. Turns out I still do. I'd gladly roam your direction forever without any clues. But I've been bending 'em one way for this long, so why would I try to change the rules? There's a contingency plan should I happen to heed your suggestion. There's a pill you can take which purportedly aids in digestion. I've got a whole lot to say, but it's not done. Don't call it a confession. I'm not tired of the subject, I'm just tired of learning the lesson. So let's take it once more from the top this time, make it mean something. You've got to get while the getting is good, otherwise you just might get nothing. I don't really know that for sure, I'm just operating under assumption. And I'm not so sure it's final, but I'm gonna keep 'em coming. 'Cause if the engine's getting warmer, why would you not leave it running? When the Chinese restaurant closes, the fish don't stop swimming. And I've all but supposed it's a pretty simple life we've been living. But it's not so much that as we're in need of another revision. Final dash, final dash, final dash, this one dash printed. And this whole thing's a pretty small cup, don't overfill it with sorrow. And if there's no sense in getting up, don't set an alarm for tomorrow. Don't forget to give back all the stuff and all the money you borrowed. I've still got to give back all the stuff and all the money I borrowed. Don't get so hung up on all the stuff and all the money you borrowed. Sorry about all of the stuff and all the money I borrowed. Thank you.
Do a little retuning here. This next tune was my attempt to try to get inside the heads of this. I wrote it shortly after the 2016 election, and so I was just trying to get my head around the sort of rural middle American voters who decided that Trump actually represented them. And so just trying to understand, get inside those heads a little bit. Just a scary place to be. Well, you cross that line in the middle. For your age is a constant qualifier. And you lose your right to outrage, lose your claim to desire. We on a passion in the young, it's out of fashion as you get older. Here come the faster, here come the stronger, so don't look over your shoulder. When you're of a certain age and uncertain times, you feel the world is not your friend, and those young men's dreams fade in mediocrity, and you mourn the loss of past glories and wonder who there is to blame. When did those winds of change become a hurricane? You felt no need to pay attention, 'cause you were a white American. But those good old days weren't all that good if you had a different skin. And in other lands, in other times, the winds they blew so hard. And that waiter you just undertipped used to be a doctor in Jauhar. When you're of a certain age and uncertain times, you feel the world is not your friend, and those young men's dreams fade in mediocrity, and you mourn the loss of past glories and wonder who there is to blame. When did those winds of change become a hurricane? I hear your frustration, you know I feel it too. Maybe righteous is the easy road in this broken place, when everything's confused and they're asking red or blue. The stories of survivors from across the great divides, we might find some lessons there if we stop choosing sides. When did those winds of change become a hurricane?
Oh, this is a song about driving, and about driving the same route repeatedly, and about hedging your potential place on Wikipedia. Yeah, that's what the song's about. On the day I first set out to take the world all by surprise, I did it for the air and for your hair and for your eyes. Though I swore I heard you calling, I knew that I was wrong, 'cause I forgot the way it sounded, having been away so long. So would you commandeer me? Would you make me all your own? Would you tally all the rallies to which I wish I had gone? 'Cause I'd give you all my money if you'd give me all your flesh, and we could buy our love in bulk just to make sure that it stays fresh, or the other way around. And just like nervously forgetting your unique 4-digit PIN, or a free sign with the letters only slightly colored in, on a cushion of a couch, taped down but flapping in the wind, just hoping someone's gonna need it more than you do. And I'm thinking of the drive up, which I've done 1,000 times, and the exit by the maple bacon waffle sandwich sign, and how I wish there was an option to be looking at your eyes while at the same time looking at the road around them. 'Cause there's the way you tend to take it, there's the way I tend to make it, there's the way you tend to always reconstruct my heart then break it, there's the way I tend to wonder as I'm inching toward the door if in fact I still can take it anymore. There's a final destination for an everlasting buzz. It's one last simple wiki entry change from is to was. There's a common understanding under which it's hard to stand, but is it really any better off in someone else's hands? Thanks.
Pull off the clapper, put on the wrap, found some shiny 10 pennies, nailed it all back. Found some old Ravy glass to replace the broken panes. Sistered up that split beam that was sagging from the strain. All the shutters from the barn, got 'em painted and hung. Didn't know we'd never finish what we had begun. I put so much love into this house, it took me by surprise. But I found there was no love left inside. Got the tools to tell me what is level, plumb, and square, but was not equipped to see the signs she was showing everywhere. Gotta tap the walls and figure out where to drive a nail. Those hollow words might be the sound of a marriage about to fail. Thought I was building us a life with every hammer blow, but I guess I never said it. I just thought that she would know. I put so much love into this house, it took me by surprise. But I found there was no love left inside. Focus on the little things that you know how to fix. Putting beeswax on the window tracks when they start to stick. But when there's cracks in your foundation, you know you gotta fill. You never had to ask the concrete if it has the will. Some love stands the test of time. Some years may warp and bend. You can jack it up like the old back porch, but it's never true again. I put so much love into this house, it took me by surprise. But I found there was no love left inside. I found there was no love left inside.
I think, has my guitar been silenced? Yeah, there it is. Thanks. So they're firing the old staff, calculating the aftermath. No more sad broken hearts, blowing the cartridge restarts. No more I get the reference laughs. No more dryer melt lip balm. No more left-handed ink palm. Tomorrow I'll get you, and if you're good I might let you fall asleep with your khakis on. Remote control coupon blimps, a quick you in the future glimpse. Well, if you always knew what was gonna come true, then why doesn't it make much sense? And why so sad do you get? Why so bad do you fret? Why must we go to sleep? It's not dark out yet. And no more making music that's just gonna spread and make you sick. The coast can't be clear, there must be someone here for a singer or a Kulik. And no more faulty frameworks, no more boarding the plane first. If the whole thing goes down, you don't get to clock out and say that's just how my brain works. And no more knees and please rhymes. What say we limit alone time? Sink into a cozy despair, an electric chair with a sleek ergonomic design. And why so crazy are you? So unsure and untrue. Why are you looking at me? I wasn't talking to you. And why so sad do you get? So downright downtrodden, and yet why must I bathe? I haven't broken a sweat. And why so sad? 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 Thanks.
This one you might be able to dance to. There's plenty of room. Oops. Might help if I actually tune this. There we go. False start. Leaves are falling while I'm raking well. Can't fight the wind. People hurting and I'm donating a little, but the need's so big. You got to start when you find something touching your heart. You got to start, and the little that you do might be the spark that leads the next one to pick up the light and beat back the dark. Won't deal with that elephant in the room. Let's all take a piece. Reach across to the other blind men. Tell them what you see. You got to start. Problem, yeah, you pick it apart. You got to start, and the little that you do might be the spark that leads the next one to pick up the light and beat back the dark. One small step, one small step, one small step is better than regret. What can you do when you're so little in a world so big? Sounds like a question, feels like a riddle. Well, here's a hint. You got to start when you find something touching your heart. You got to start, and the little that you do might be the spark that leads the next one to pick up the light and beat back the dark. Beat back the dark. Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, I could dance to that. I'd dance to that. The last dance party I went to, I found out not then, but retroactively, that someone had been complaining about the sharpness of my elbows and how I was endangering those around me. And that sort of dampened my interest in going to future dance parties.
There's a benefit back in the mosh pit days.
You know, I don't wield these things without great caution, generally.
It's probably another bumper sticker, or at least a caution sticker.
This is a song about open mic night. Tonight's open mic night. You scream, then you sit. You chew on your cheeks and you choke on your spit. If life's like a movie, then it isn't well lit, and no one applauds when it's over. So you walk in the rain as the city gets rinsed off. You pick at my brain, and you don't wipe your prints off. You blot at the stain with a sponge, in a washcloth and hope that nobody will notice. You want to cut to the heart of the human condition, but you can't figure out where to make the incision, and it's never been clear if there's anyone listening, since I know you didn't hear me when I said, don't ease me in, then slam the brakes. Don't take the bet, then raise the stakes. Don't write me out of this one, for goodness sakes. I'm just now getting the feeling. Don't be such an easy laugher. Don't confide in a grip or a gaffer. You best not sleep through the second half. I'm not explaining the ending. And if I don't go where you go, does that mean I'm in trouble? Let's say I take it slow, does the rate or the rent get doubled? Thanks.
Memory sleeps in the mothballs and the cedar, the photographs in acid-free sleeves, locked in the dark, the roots dry and withered, but I'm carrying scattering seeds. And looking back is like dancing with a shadow, all the moves you already know, and with a taciturn partner you can't even hold. I won't say that I burned all my bridges, but they've fallen into disrepair. Orpheus cautioned me in a vision, but there's already salt in my tears. And looking back is like dancing with a shadow, all the moves you already know, and with a taciturn partner you can't even hold. Memory seeps into cells and into muscles. It takes all the power of mind to keep moving forward into the sun, with that silhouette trailing behind. And looking back is like dancing with a shadow to all the moves you already know. And with a taciturn partner you can even hold. Maybe it was the dance party discussion that brought that one up.
I'm gonna play an older song of mine about this. I had this. I guess assumption that there was maybe a wave of like people who came out of the heyday of 70s variety shows who were maybe had a moment of greatness and in this instance maybe became a fry cook in the sort of during the declining phase of his moment. Well, how could I lose the view of the tattoo on your shoulder? If I knew you were coming, I would have asked for the day off. Well, I thought that you, much like me, would look 15 years older. But there's no signs of you aging, and you still don't have a smoker's cough. And so I suppose that I'd take off my clothes in the kitchen, which I thought would be funny to you, but it just pissed you off. I had presumed that you didn't know what you were missing, but now I know for next time you do, and so I should just stop. I'm the rhinestone busboy, and you're my persuader. I thought I would have you much sooner than later. Yes, I thought you were mine, but I was mistaken. Now your heart is breaking and I'm next in line.
signs of some spent and dying stars. On any given morning, the sun may find you reading. Remind me how beautiful you are. Comes to meet us in unexpected places. Wildflower in the landfill that graces the spring. Tells us life is more than we can plan for, more than we control, and that's a good thing. That is not looking is the one that truly sees. Hold close the mystery. Beauty may have moved in down the street. Disarm me with a joke while he's taking his last breath. And my tears just didn't know which way to fall. Clearly in that moment I saw his life in all its fullness, joy and the sorrow and the struggle of it all. Hold close mystery. The eye that is not looking is the one that truly sees. Hold close the mystery. Beauty may have moved in down the street. Much. Aaron, how are we doing on time?
It's up to you guys.
Yeah, I'm happy to do one more song. This is the final song on my newest record that just came out a couple of months ago. thanks for having us, Aaron. Thanks for having us. Pleasure to play songs with you, Doug.
Same here, thank you.
Each time we're out here, it starts and it fits. That means you're up in the clouds, then you're down in the pits, and you're out on the cusp of maybe calling it quits. But the sucker won't answer. It hears the tone and it splits, and I say, how do you put out a love that's doomed for disaster, just to reissue it later, expanded and remastered if the clarity suffers? But the turnaround's faster. Is the purchase still worth it? Could it be a long laster? Find the shell of your past, hold it up to your ear. I'm having a heck of a time getting the hell out of here. And then someone unlicensed who thinks they can steer takes the wheel, hits the wall, busts the tires and the mirrors, and you pull off for a brief respite from combat. You see a girl at the gas pump who you barely even look at, and you say, what if the car she was driving was the same one you had? Do you think you'd stay for a while? But moments like this, they just exacerbate the issue. You know, they sharpen themselves and they lacerate the tissue, and they try as they will to compel or convince you that a hurricane's coming, but it'll probably miss you. And I used to worry more, but now it seems clear to me, some sort of counter conundrum, a reverse mystery. It's a fine line to walk, but a real clear one to see, and it's a bright line that divides the sides between you and me. But everyone knows there's no prize unless you win it. Everyone knows they just don't want to admit it. And everyone knows there's 1,000 ways you can spin it, but the mornings they'll creep up on you minute by minute. And as far as you can tell, that's just how it works. We act like a bunch of smug, stuck-up, spoiled jerks and sign up for programs, earn points and get perks and say everything's fine, even though everything hurts. And that's funny 'cause it's true, but it's sad 'cause it's you, and it's bad not to brace for what's bound to ensue. And it's a waste to cut and paste just to later undo. Control save, control close, pace around, control new. Is there a version of this where a person exists who does not need a person on whom to subsist? And if so, what term would you pick? Is that a gift or a trick if you're building walls just to toss things against a man, see if they stick? But if the air here was breathable, then you bet I'd bottle and sell it by the cup. And if your heart was reheatable, then I'd do all I could not to gobble it up. Thanks a lot. Thanks, everyone.
Well, echoing Jake, I appreciate Aaron having us down here, and a lot of fun playing with you, Jake. Songs are, for a word person, just a delight. So
Appreciate it.
I'll stick with the 3/4 time then. song about New Orleans. A river bride, mud and lace, dirty nails and a pretty face. Never met a city with a sense of place quite like New Orleans. Africa, France, Scotland and Spain, mixed like the waters of Lake Pontchartrain. Made up some music to give it a name down in New Orleans. Joan of Arc wears a poker face, and the fleur-de-lis like the whores and the slaves. The dealer smiles and hides an ace down in New Orleans. The crescent is an elbow locked, nursing a glass of chartreuse. You found the right place if you want to get lost. There's something you might want to lose. Gumbo that covers the rice on your plate, and the kind that you'll find in a stranger's face. You're trying like hell just to keep the faith down in New Orleans. Down in New Orleans. Thanks for listening. Have a good night.
All right, so thank you, Doug, and thank you, Jake, for a great show. And everybody, let's give them one more round of applause. And next week we have another concert with some other stuff going on. So check out our website, onebroadway.org, and you can come to another show. We're always glad to see you. And everybody have a great weekend. Alexa, turn on all the lights.